Hello, friends, and welcome back. This is two podcasts in 2 days. Say what? This is your JRPG report, episode 155, and I've never actually went through my entire list of podcasts. I mean, obviously, 155. It's quite a few of them. What the shortest podcast is, but this is going to be it's going to be pretty close to it, whatever that record is. Maybe we can look that up a bit later, get our crack fact-checking team on that immediately. So as I talked about in yesterday's podcast, we were going to cover all the events from the new Game Plus Expo that went on yesterday, and it was it's a different kind of show. It was kind of odd because they had live stream setups for the entire day. So what I assumed that meant was there's going to be different presentations from the various companies over the course of the day. And that's not exactly what happened. What really happened was first thing that morning, they kind of dumped all the trailers at once on their YouTube channel. There was a few that came out over the course of the day. There wasn't at least I couldn't see a set presentation for each company as before, and maybe due to the virtual nature of it, that was something that made more sense. And what happened was, over the course of the day, each hour that company was allotted, they would have live streams and interviews and remote stuff that way. So in theory, I could have done all this yesterday, long story short. But let's get to the news. The biggest thing that came out of it was we do have a release date for Disgaea 6 Defiance of Destiny here in the West. Of course, it's already out in Japan. Well, Switch owners will get it on June 29th in North America and Europe. Publisher NIS America and developer Nippon Ichi Software announced. Of course, it's been out since January in Japan. And if you noticed, I just said Switch. There's still no word of a PlayStation 4 version, nor any reason as to why it's seemingly not coming out for PlayStation in the West. They came out for both systems in Japan, so it's a very curious, kind of head-scratching moment as to what is going on there. There was the launch trailer, or I guess announcement trailer about the release date, so you'll want to check that out on our YouTube channel. They did announce, and we talked about this before, some of that first DLC pack that's out in Japan right now. It is going to be included day one. So I don't think it'll be on the, I was going to say on the disc, but I guess on the cartridge, but you'll be able to download this for free. Yes, users who purchase the game at launch will receive the following 4 characters and their stories as bonus content. So you're going to get Adele, Rosalind, the girl Laharl character, and Asagi. So they are in the trailer. You can check them out and how things look and play. Pretty cool added bonus. So it does indicate that we're going to get those additional stories on DLC released subsequently. And I would guess the next ones are going to be, they give you these ones to kind of whet your appetite, and then the other characters they're going to charge you for. No mention of like the HoloLive girls thing that was included in the Japanese one. I don't know if that's going to be kind of a separate deal or not. There was no information about that either. But hey, we knew it was coming in the summer. Now we know it's coming on June the 29th. And so really the only questions remaining are, why is this game not coming out for PlayStation 4? Disgaea was a brand built and has a solid foundation in the PlayStation world. It would completely blow my mind if this doesn't end up happening, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see if it's some sort of exclusive window in the West for Switch. I guess we'll just have to wait and see on that one. So we got 2 pieces of information about the Legend of Heroes series. The first, and this was extremely oddly done. This was not this was not a part of the presentation at all, but we have been waiting on the PC release date for Trails of Cold Steel 4 in the West, and 7 hours of live stream came and went, and nothing was announced. And it wasn't until I just happened to be, I do follow NIS America on Twitter, and about 9 o'clock, I think it was last night, they topped up, oh yeah, by the way, we have one last announcement for you, that the PC version is coming via Steam on April the 9th, which is the same release date as the Switch version. Publisher NIS America and developer Falcom announced. Like I said, extremely odd way of announcing it. It was, you don't want to infer things, but it's almost like they forgot, right? And somebody over there said, hey, get on that there Twitter and type something up, because we forgot to tell people about this. And it's so odd, because this is exactly what I've been saying from the beginning, was that this was going to come out the same day as the Switch release. That's what it did before. It only made sense to do it again. So why all the hubbub over it, I do not know or understand. So yeah, if you've been waiting for Trails of Cold Steel 4 on your PC, you've got a little over a month more to wait. April 9th is the release date for that. You're going to need a decently hefty system. I shared the specs for it over on our Facebook channel and Twitter feeds. So if you are curious about what you're going to need requirements-wise, you can check that out and go from there. So the other piece of information was a non-information. There was no mention of Hajimari no Kiseki, guys. I know. I'm bummed. I don't know why we couldn't at least got, recycle the trailer from from the Japanese version and call up Reen's voice actor to put, it's coming to the West this fall or whatever, right? Nothing. Not a peep. No no late night Twitter posts or anything, at least not that I've seen yet. I don't know when they are going to announce this localization. You have to assume that it's coming, right? There's no way possible they don't bring this game over in the West, but yeah, it's kind of a curious situation. As soon as I hear something, I'll bring it to you, but I'm not real happy that we didn't learn anything about Hajimari at that, what seemingly like a perfect opportunity to do so. All right, friends, on to the next topic. And I don't know if you could hear that or not. Maybe you need to have your headphones on or something, and you could pick up some background noise. Apparently, my lovable big old Daisy dog was laying behind my chair acting all sweet, and then about halfway through that last story, I could hear her sawing away, sawing those logs, snoring. So I apologize for that in the background. It's always something funny happening around here at the Fisher household. A few more fun stories to talk about. Neptunia Reverse is coming to the West. We knew that. We talked about the reversible cover last week. So we have a release date for it. It will launch for PlayStation 5 on June the 8th in North America, June the 11th for our European friends, publisher Idea Factory International, and developer Compel Heart announced. Remember, this is the PlayStation 5 remake of the classic. Oh gosh, where's the name of that one? Well, Dalton's probably yelling at me for the name of it, but you guys know which one we're talking about here. So I like the way this game looks, but you still can't convince me it doesn't look pretty much like a PlayStation 4 game. But it'll be nice to have a JRPG on the PS5 to kind of get things going for the ones that haven't played this game in the past. It does look good. I still wonder about what the price point is going to be for this one, right? So if it's not too expensive, surely they're not going to charge $70 for this, but I guess you never know. But we have a release date, again, coming to North America June 8th and June the 11th. In Europe, other release dates, this one was a little odd, and I guess I'd forgotten this one, that Death End Request, the first one, has never come out on the Switch, at least not yet. It's coming via the Nintendo eShop on April the 27th. This is also news from Idea Factory National and developer Compile Hearts. You can get a physical edition of the game. Right now, you can pre-order that from Limited Run Games. This game first came out back in 2018 in Japan. It launched for the Switch this past December. So it's a little bit behind the times, but yeah, finally making its way to the West. And I would have to imagine the second one will as well in due time. The conclusion to the Mary Skelter series, Mary Skelter Finale, is coming to the West, also from our friends at Idea Factory International. It'll be coming to PlayStation 4 and Switch, both physically and digitally, this fall in North America and Europe. So not a set release date, but just know that it is coming in the fall. This one first launched in November of 2020. So yeah, a little delay on that one getting over here. Don't know if we're talking about voice dubs or any of that sorts. As we get closer to the fall, we'll probably learn a little bit more about that. There was a new English opening movie trailer for this one, so you can check that out over on our YouTube channel. You'll want to head over there for all kinds of fun stuff. I've got this one. There was a teaser trailer for Death End Request as well. There was the announcement that Neptunia Reverse was coming to the West, as well as that Disgaea 6 opening, not opening, but announcement that it was coming to the West. So yeah, head over to our YouTube channel. You can check all these videos out, including a second overview trailer for Rune Factory 5. Now you're going to need to brush up on your Japanese to understand anything that's going on in this one, but it does take a good look at some of the gameplay systems as well as the battle system. This was featured during their recent live stream, Rune Factory channel, to a new adventure, Seed Member Recruitment Special live stream. The game is coming out for Switch on May 20th in Japan and sometime in 2021 in the West. So we've gotten a handful of English for this game. Hopefully we'll get another one here soon. And if they decide to update this second review trailer in English, I will bring that over as well. I'm also, as I mentioned before, there was 7 hours of content in this live stream. I've got that downloaded, and I'm going to be breaking up and see if I can't get some gameplay from some of these games. So I think that would be really interesting to see some of these ones in action, in some long play, especially that Disgaea 6. That's what I'm going to be working on pretty much as soon as we get done recording here and get this one out for you fine folks on the interwebs. One final announcement, and this was a surprise announcement. I'm glad we got a surprise announcement. We don't get those always. So NS America is working on something else, but you may be happy to hear about this. They are announcing the NIS Classics Collection, Volume 1. There's more to come, I'm sure. This will launch for, well, this is for Switch and PC. So, yeah, it's kind of odd. I didn't read that part of it, that they're leaving out PlayStation 4. So anyway, this first one will include Phantom Brave, the Bermuda Triangle Remastered. I didn't realize that was a subtitle to that. And Soul Nomad and the World Eaters. It will launch this summer. Yeah, so there you go. 2 classics, I believe. These were PlayStation 2. I know Phantom Brave was PS2. I think Soul Nomad was too. PC apparently already has these separately from back in, I think it says 2016. But they're going to be released as a dual pack No pricing on the regular edition of it. There is a limited edition for $99.99 available via the NIS America online store, which you get a copy of the game, hardcover art book, 2-disc soundtrack. You get three, I think it's a total of three. It's at least two. There's 2 acrylic stands, one for each game, and a collector's box. So that's pretty cool. That one's going for $99.99. So I'm not sure I guess the standard game would be $60. Once I hear about that, I can tell you all about it. So they say with over 60 hours of gameplay between both games, it's a impressive 2-in-1 collection. There you go. If you are fans of these ones and want to play them again, there you go. Sometime in the summer, those will launch. And like I said, it's volume 1, so I can easily see, obviously, a Disgaea collection coming at some point in time, and there's a bunch of other NIS titles that they could easily go into in the future. There was an announcement trailer featuring these, so if you want to check it out on YouTube, you can. That'll let you see exactly how they look in action. Well, guys, that was it. Like I said, this was going to be a short one. I knew it would be, but it kind of catches you up on everything that went on yesterday. The Rune Factory, I actually was not a part of it. Like I said, that was a part of the live stream, but it came out a few hours before, so I kind of lumped it in there. Next week, let me go ahead and tell you, it is spring break for the child, and we are planning on getting out of town Thursday night, so it shouldn't affect the podcast whatsoever. I'll get up on Thursday, and whatever we got, I'll make a podcast. It may be a short one, and just, kind of after these events, there's not a whole lot. But then again, I didn't foresee last week's flood of information either, so it shouldn't really affect anything going on next week. Don't forget, give us a like on Facebook, follow us on Twitter for the latest updates each and every day. And YouTube, we try to post all the trailers that come out, gameplays, and of course video versions of these very podcasts. If you like what you're hearing, please head over to Patreon and give us support. We've got a few awesome people over there. I don't recognize them enough, but they're incredible people that get me fired up each and every week to bring new content to you. I greatly appreciate it. My name is James Fisher, and that's going to do it for episode 155 of your JRPG Report. So, needless to say, get back out there and level up.